Hello, I am Rohit Murari, and I would like to talk about how we would be able to achieve competitive differentiation in the ever-evolving markets of today. Let me start with a quote. BPO is here to stay, and it will be a disruptive force in many industries. No one can ignore BPO since it will surely affect the cost structure of nearly every industry. I predict that the hype around BPO will subside quickly, but the business advantages it will bring to many are here to stay. This was stated by Rick Click in the foreword to his book, Business Process Outsourcing, The Competitive Advantage, that he co-authored with Thomas Dunning in 2005. 12 years hence, and this is still as valid. Let me state another quote. To ride out a recession and prepare for future growth, industry will have to build business agility fueled by innovation. This would involve customizing their response to the downturn by launching initiatives which build on individual characteristics of a particular industry segment. BPO will need to support these initiatives by moving from generic BPO offerings to customized industry and client-specific solutions. This is very interesting and possibly captures the mood of a permanent recession that we seem to be in since the unfortunate events of 9/11. The world is changing, market is unpredictable, and disruptive players are not merely rewriting the rules of the game, they are changing the game itself. Perhaps no other industry is as dependent on other industries for its survival as the business process outsourcing industry is. BPO does not exist without core industries such as banking, telecom, healthcare, life sciences, pharma, etc. And these core industries are changing. BPO offerings have to preempt this change and be ahead of the curve. Companies that are agile and make the right bets will survive. However, it is very important to not get carried away with the hype of disruption. That would be missing the woods for the trees, for there is still a very large need out there for being a traditionalist. A smart company knows where to make the distinction and make it quickly. As I said, we are living in a world of perma-change. It is constant, it is relentless, it is fast. You blink and you miss. When profits are high and costs are low, all is well with the world. But when the situation is not conducive, it is very common to come across knee-jerk reactions. Shyam Rao says in his paper, when the going gets tough, the tough go cost-cutting. It seems to be the holy grail of business today. However, excessive focus on short-term gains will lead to missing the bus when the market is on an upswing. It becomes extremely important to invest in the right technologies that are aligned with the organization's focus rather than realigning the organization's focus to force fit a technology. Build on your strengths. Yes, some technologies are obsolete. Get rid of them. But be very careful to not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Perhaps the most famous quote in popular culture today, winter is coming. It indeed is coming. It is definitely coming. Businesses need to stockpile, build on their strengths, work on their weaknesses, because winter will soon be here. But winter will be followed by summer, and only those organizations who are able to offer the right technology, the right skills, and the right innovation shall be able to take advantage of the glorious sunshine. We need to be ant in the Somerset Maugham's story, The Ant and Grasshopper. Yes, the grasshopper got lucky in Maugham's story, but hope is not a strategy. Of course, one must go lean, Go as lean as possible, but do not cut off your arm to shed weight. Remember, whatever costs could have been cut have mostly already been cut. Are you starving a particular competency of much needed investment in your quest to improve margins? Ask yourself that question, and ask yourself that question every day. Offer value added services that take the price out of the equation. You are no longer selling services at the lowest possible cost. You are selling services that offer the greatest possible value to your client's business. Become a consultant to your client. Become their partner. Become their go-to organization for any need. Price wars and declining margins are not your fate. Innovate. There is really nothing else to it. Innovate through BPM. Innovate through implementation of disruptive technologies. At the same time, innovate with the focus to add value. Cost reduction is so last decade. Reposition yourself as the player who understands your client's business better than the client itself. Long-term focus. Sure, the market is down. Sure, you are carrying excess staff. Sure, the street expects better margin. But the night is always darkest before the dawn. This is your best time to invest long-term. Get the best advisors there are to understand which way the market is turning. Understand what needs the markets will have and grow your offerings portfolio to serve those needs during the uptick. Train your people in new skills, new technology. You will need a bunch of trained resources if you are going to take advantage of the market when the sun starts to shine. And it will shine. What could What could companies offer to achieve competitive differentiation? They must offer a complete BPM suite. BPM is transformative, offering both a platform to build process applications tailored to each client and an environment for the resources to work within. Email is too slow. Social media is real time. It tells you immediately when certain events and thresholds are reached for actions to be taken quickly. The traditional desktops/laptops are giving way to mobile devices at an accelerated pace. Your solution offerings have to be mobile compatible. BPO operations are global. They are 24/7. They are critical. Software or technology must be accessible from anywhere. It has to be as effective on cloud as it is on premise. Make tools accessible through web browsers rather than proprietary applications. Thank you very much for your time.